parallel in the way John Adams, pulled his son, John Quincy Adams, to him, and also the way George Bush Sr. Brought his son along to follow in the leadership footsteps?
I think there's this parallel. I think the parallel is, in both cases, either through accident or design, the father gave some time to the child. I can't tell you how many times when I would read these letters of presidents, they're buried in the Library of Congress, and you can go through them, and you can really get, oh, Abraham Lincoln, man. You really get a picture of a guy with the letters he writes to his son or doesn't write to his sons. And I kept finding myself screaming at these pages because the First Lady and the President would be saying, like, let's take, for example, one of Andrew Johnson's children. They were planning to send this young man to Liberia because they wanted him to have a foreign experience and because they felt that they could keep him away from alcohol. And another example is one of the Roosevelts, Kermit Roosevelt. The wife was pleading to have him stationed in Alaska in a remote base for that purpose, to help him dry out. William Henry Harrison had a son that he was trying to dry out. They were getting him posted way out in the West where they would have some control over. And what I and my wife, who was helping me study this, what we would keep saying to each other is, they need you. They need you. And that's what John Quincy had when he was in France. He had John Adams. He had his dad. And it made all the difference. And to an extent, at various times, the Bushes have had them. Although, I remind you that there are examples of presidential sons who were abandoned their whole life and they're turned out fabulous. And Winston Churchill is certainly a definition of an abandoned child. And he turned out great. So every rule was broken, but there were certainly some trends.
We have time for